Hi, another Marky-mark video. So sometimes these videos are quite easy to make. I mean, I don't. There's not like a lot of glamour, glitz, editing, swirly things, tons of research. Um, Sometimes I can just do them on the fly, on the go. Cheers. And sometimes I do a really nice video, 20 minutes long, and I realise that when I play back and before I publish them, there's some hideous technical error, some sort of buzzing in the last video that I made, which I've deleted. And so I'm doing it again. But it's fine because it's nighttime, it's wet and cold, dark. I have an hour to spare. I've been listening to some music tonight, and this week has been fantastic so far. This week, maybe the last 48 hours or so. So I'll explain to you like some of the things that have been going on in terms of records here in this house. Let's kick off with today. So, knock on the door earlier on this morning, and not the usual courier guy. I think it was APC. Knocked on the door, gave me a pass, and I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Right, opened it up, and I realised it was a package from Kraft, from America, from somewhere in New York, I think. Wasn't expecting it. On the tracking, it said it hadn't left America, or it said it was ready for export, but whatever. Anyway, so what actually arrived was two wonderful records. These two beauties. I'm hoping this microphone works. Yeah. These two beauties. Know what I mean? Cannonball Adderley with Bill Evans and Caravan, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. This one in particular, I've been waiting for ages. It's just not possible to get a decent audiophile copy of this, and I've been wanting it for ages. Really expensive to buy, sort of US reissue copies, and I'm happy to say that Kraft again have done a fantastic job. The OB talks about the recording, the producing, the musicians, Bill Evans on piano, Percy Heath on bass, Connie Kay on drums, produced by Orrin Keep News, New York City, January 27th and February 21st and March 13th, 1961. And all the lacquers are cut AAA by the wonderful Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. And thank you very much. This is an absolutely stonking record. Perfect. It's beautiful. Starts off with a Waltz for Debbie, obviously a Bill Evans composition, and then ends with Know What I Mean, which is a Bill Evans composition. The two collaborate so well together, and Bill takes a step back. Obviously, it's a Cannonball Adderley album, but the respect and tenderness between the musicians is quite remarkable, and it's just a lovely record. Really is. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, they've just. I think this has got to be one of the best reissue series that I've ever come across. I mean, I love Sam Records. Don't get me wrong. I like, you know, I just think they've done so well with this. I mean, it's the right price. It's the best quality, and it's flawless. You know, I played it 3 times today, and it really is that the brushwork and the percussion just comes out, pierces out, not too bright. It's rich, and separation is just spot on. It really is a winner in every right. And then because it was a bit cheaper to buy two, I bought this as well, Art Blakey. And what's nice about this is that Art he's not all over it, out front percussion wise, just giving it some like he is on Indestructible or Moaning. There's a lot more collaboration. And what really swung it for me on this particular album is just this unbelievable group. You've got Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Wayne Shorter on tenor sax, Cedar Walton on piano, Reggie Workman on bass. I mean, it's an absolute all-star cast. And again, a perfect record, flawless, pop, crackle-free, flat, heavy, clean. I mean, they've just absolutely, for me, they've just knocked it out of the park again with that. So 2 fabulous records to start the week. And to cast off the wet, horrible, dark UK winter. Spring is here. It's now spring. We're now in the springtime, so to speak. So let me show you what else dropped. Been waiting for this for ages. I missed out on it when it first came out. I think it was 2020, 21. And it kind of went a bit all crazy, a bit like Chet Baker Sings. Everybody wanted it. Prices went through the roof on the secondhand market. And it sort of became one of those albums that you either pay flipper prices, £90, £100 plus, or you don't, and you just kind of wait. Thankfully, a lot of fantastic VC community YouTubers and blog forumers said, look, don't buy these tone poets at ridiculous prices. They are all in print. They will all come out, and they will all be back at normal prices. Supply and demand. They'll repress them once we've got over COVID, got over the whole Taylor Swift thing and everything else. So when I saw this came out, again, another rerun of Paul Chambers on bass. It was coming home with me. Came from America. I think it was about 35 quid, which is blimmin' good money. That included postage as well, which I didn't quite. I think it was Rare Waves. And it's spotless, perfect. So I was a bit worried about buying stuff from the States. I bought a Bill Evans, what was it now? A few years ago. And it came and I was really excited and I paid top dollar. And it was blimmin' scratched. It was, sealed copy. And anyway, it's a bit of a disaster. But this is gorgeous. Paul Chambers on bass. Kenny Burrell on guitar. Hank Jones on piano. Art Taylor on drums. Look at the artwork. Again, it's just beautiful artwork. Francis Wolff at his best. Joe Harley supervising. Another Kevin Gray remastering. And this has been raved about because I'm learning the bass. So this is Gertie. I'm learning the bass at the moment. So I'm really stoked to have this. And it's hauntingly beautiful. It starts off with Yesterdays, which is just this gorgeous, rich, bowing bass. And Paul Chambers just knocks it out of the park really with this. It's a beautiful solo album. And worth every single penny. I mean, it says here, it starts off with the essay at the back. Until his tragic death from tuberculosis at the age of 22. Jimmy Blanton held the distinction of being the bass on top Blanton during his all too brief career with the fabulous Duke Ellington band. And it just gives you this wonderful kind of... And Paul, the new bass on top, came to New York in the latter part of 1955, and since then was devoted the majority of his time to working with Miles Davis. Fantastic. Really, really pleased to get this. So I've got 2 Stonking crafts that have come in and bass on top. So I'm very happy. And it's my birthday this month. So I'm very happy about that too. Let's carry on. So I had a Jazz Society meetup a couple of weeks ago. And let's have a look. From that, one of the guys, he's just moving house, Martin, and he said he gifted me a couple of records recently. I was very happy, very stoked to receive these, and this is what he gave me. So this is in performance at the Playboy Jazz Festival, and I thought it's a double LP, and I thought, oh, thank you very much. And I thought, you know, took it home, gave it a good clean. It's perfect. It's spotless. It's on the Electro Musician label, and it features many of the great jazz legends playing in 1984. No, sorry, 82, and it's wonderful as a live performance. It's been recorded very, very well and produced very, very well. And I was just completely blown away. We've got Pieces of a Dream, which is Curtis Harmon, James Lloyd, Cedric Napoleon. Cedric Napoleon and Curtis Harmon are like 19 years old. The talent is just brimming. So I've not heard of that small group before, but fantastic. Grover Washington Jr. is on here as well on side two. On side A. And on side B, we've got Dex Gordon, Weather Report, and the Manhattan Transfer. So I've not heard of the Manhattan Transfer, but it's just fabulous. And then on side C, we've got Art Farmer, Benny Golson, and Nancy Wilson trio. And on side D, we've got, side D is an absolute treat of a treat. We've got Ron Carter on bass, Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Elvin Jones on drums, and the wonderful McCoy Tyner on piano. And thank you very much. You can sit here and listen to this, and I'm so happy to get this. And I don't know how many of you, if you're across the pond of a certain age, went to this. I'd love to hear if you have, and just to hear the crowd and the music, and this picture at the back there of this gorgeous sunset, American sunshine weather. This has lifted my spirits beyond no doubt whatsoever. The lovely pictures there of the performers. So I'm very pleased. Thanks, Martin. Thanks for gifting me that. It's really kind. It's a stunning record. It's really, really good. Not on Discog, not Discog. It's not on Spotify, so you can't test this out. But if you see it, take it from me, you'll like it. You will like this. There's some great stuff on here. Lovely atmosphere, and a great record. So that's in performance at the Playboy Festival. I managed to get a copy of this after buying Romantic Warrior. We've got Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea, Where Have I Known You Before? And again, just a lovely piece of 70s funk. 1974, recorded at Record Plant, New York. Just funky, jazzy, electro, fun. And you can't really go wrong with Return to Forever. I'm really impressed with Romantic Warrior. So much good fun, so much good stuff on it. So I recommend that. If you get hold of that, a good copy. It's a little bit crackly, I think, on side A. But it's still, I would say, it's still VG plus. It's a great record for that. It's 50 years old, isn't it? Is that right? I think that's 50 years old. Is that right? 47? Anyway, yeah, stunning. And then, lastly, and I like Billie Holiday. I don't have any Billie Holiday, but Martin gifted me this as well. It's on the Deja Vu collection, and they've crammed it packed full of Billie Holiday type tracks, but it's not a great listen. It's pretty awful. Could be the way it was recorded, some very old stuff. But we've got sort of ones that I can remember. They can't take that away from me. Uh, She's funny that way. Yesterday's can't get started. But yeah, nice to have it as part of my collection. But I won't be listening much to that. And lastly, but hang on 1 second. What I did get, we went to a concert, so I got a ticket with thanks to Martin to see Sekou Keita, who's a West African kora player. He's one of the best in the world apparently, and I managed to get a couple of CDs. It's nice to put a CD on, and just play it and forget it. And I have to say, I was so moved by this guy, the skill and musicianship, and the beauty of him playing this West African harp, and that's how he described it. Beautiful thing, like a round, hollow drum with like a mahogany sort of piece coming out of it with strings, 22 strings, and he plucked them with a mixture of 2 fingers and a thumb, I think it was. Beautiful. I mean, it's just heavenly. So I had to buy African Rhapsodies, which is a BBC recorded with the London Philharmonic, and his 2015 album, 22 Strings, which, and they won awards for this because it was just so well produced. He signed it as well. I don't know if he's going to come. He's been around Europe, and whether he's gone to the States, I'm not sure. This is a beautiful CD, one of the best. It's just been so beautifully designed, produced. These lovely photographs of Sekou playing this wonderful instrument, and I just found it spellbinding. It was magical, mystical, and he was just such a showman, very positive, uplifting. And I went to the gig up in Somerset, and it was a sea of old people, grey, old people, bless them. And I was probably the youngest there by 30 years. And he got them up, clapping and dancing and things like that, and having a really good time. And it was just an absolutely exquisite performance. So that's Sekou Keita. He's on Spotify. I would really urge you to have a quick. I mean, it's kind of jazz, but it's world jazz, isn't it? Beautiful, and it's all improvisation. He starts off with a kind of a melody, and then it's kind of improvised plucking. So, look at that, gorgeous. So, Sekou Keita, that's me done, finished. Hope you're all doing well. I will say that I'm really stoked to have 475 subs. Not that I'm doing this because of subs, but I'm slowly kind of. I'd love to get to 1,000 and maybe do a live stream with some guys, a bit like the Jazz Bums, and just have a bit of time to talk about records and music and things. So anyway, all the best to you. Speak to you soon, and thanks very much. Bye.